What is up this year? LA in a minute. And did you know one of the most famous gunslingers in all of the Wild West, Wyatt Earp, lived out his last years in Los Angeles? That's right. The legendary cowboy featured in Tombstone and one of the only survivors of the gunfight at the OK Corral lived for 28 years in West Adams. What? Let's get into it. Wyatt Earp was born in Illinois in 1848 and he grew up in Iowa. And his family moved to San Bernardino after the Civil War before he headed back out to Illinois and what would later become Wyoming. Young Wyatt moved out to Missouri where he first became a constable in 1870 before relocating to Kansas, where he became noted as a gambler and a police officer in Wichita and Dodge City. From there, Earp became an armed guard for Wells Fargo and he moved to the Wild West town of Tombstone, Arizona, where he subsequently became a guard at a saloon in the same town where his brother Virgil was marshal. By 1881, a feud between the three Earp brothers and a local outlaw gang led by Ike Clanton escalated, and that led to the historic gunfight at the OK Corral. The gunfight killed three outlaws and made Wyatt Earp famous, though his brother Virgil was subsequently killed in an ambush, and his other brother Warren went along with Wyatt looking for the assailants, where they killed two suspects. However, Wyatt and his brother Warren Earp, along with Doc Holliday, were accused of murder, and he fled to Colorado and eventually Los Angeles. There it was in West Adams that Earp lived out his years with his wife Josephine, where he drew attention for his colorful past and tried to get somebody in the burgeoning film industry to tell his story, though he wasn't quite successful, at least not during his lifetime. But he did become an unpaid technical consultant on many of the famous Western films in the 1910s and 1920s and befriended superstars Tom Mix and William Hart. So much so that when Earp passed away, Tom Mix was actually a pallbearer at his funeral and openly wept. And although Wyatt Earp didn't quite find massive fame until he passed away, within a couple years, the book Wyatt Earp, Frontier Marshal by Stuart Lake was a bestseller and gave him his renown. And of course, two blockbuster films were made that feature his life, including Tombstone, where he's played by Kurt Russell, and the legendary film by Kevin Costner bearing his name, Wyatt Earp. So legendary cowboy and gunslinger Wyatt Earp spent almost half his life, well, at least his golden years in Los Angeles, before passing away in West Adams. Who knew? All right, LA, it's been a minute.